Hey, I just wanted to go through and kind of walk through the Canvas class for sixth grade math to see if there may be some things that people who joined the class since the beginning of the year might have missed out on. Just want to make sure that everybody's clear on how to operate and how to move around the class. Okay, so I'm on the Canvas homepage here, right? On this, the thing you need to know about this is that I've posted the live lessons from all year long. So if you joined us later and you want to see how I taught something or I'm referring to something that I taught earlier, that's where you would find these videos. These videos link to a YouTube page. And so this is my YouTube channel right here where I post all of my videos on there. So they're all there, right? Slides that I used in class are there also. All right, now the primary view that you need to be thinking about with this class is the modules view. So I'm making this video on 1020. So for this week, there's a weekly checklist. Very wise idea would be to download, print out something, that kind of thing, this weekly checklist. All right. Now, these are hyperlinks. They work. So you can actually access the work for the week this way. All right. So that's doable there. All right. Now, back to the modules here. You'll notice that I've listed all the live lessons there. I do like for kids to turn in their live lesson notes. That's not super required in the sense of I like for it because I can give y'all feedback and say, oh, you should think about recording this, just helping you be a better student. Now, the practice for every day is required. Okay, so 10, 16, 17, 18, right? And what you'll notice on this, and I've done this a few times this year, and I think I'm going to keep doing it the rest of the year, is this practice student that I have it on here um, can't access Thursday and Friday because he or she has not yet turned in the work for Wednesday. So the way I've got it set is that you have to turn in the work, all right, where it says turn in before it will let you go to the next day. And we'll keep doing that because I had some people that wanted to rush ahead to the quizzes and do them without doing all the work. And that's not going well for them, honestly. All right. In terms of they're not performing well. So I just basically shut that off. Now, the quizzes in this class are on progress learning, which you can get to through Clever. We use that for most of the classes. However, this being math, you have to turn in work in order to basically, you know, be graded. I'm assuming if people don't turn in work that they were probably cheating. Okay. So what you would need to do here, all right, so just showing you how this class works, you have to turn in your practice for every day where it says turn in practice. Okay, so right here, I'm going to turn in this practice. So it says start assignment, attach work right here. Okay, so here's the magic, right? You've got to use some form to attach some work. Using webcam can work for some people, but most people's webcam is usually not very good. So there's all kinds of ways you can add files. Uploading file is a good one, right? And so whatever the file that you got there um, of your work, you attach it, right? And then you submit the assignment. Now, the deal is how are you going to go about uploading that in a way that is good? That's what you've got to figure out. Is you've got to get the work to me so that I can see it, give you feedback, grade it, whatever. Okay, so that's going to be the key to being a good virtual math student. Is how are you going to get the work turned in so that the teacher can read it and grade it and give you feedback? All right, you've got to figure out for yourself how you're going to do that. One example of this is an app, which I will type right here just so you can see it, called Genius Scan. That is a good app that works off of phones or iPads, and you can take a picture of the work, email it to your student email address, and then from there you can just download that somewhere and then upload it with this choose file part right here. Okay, so whichever way you choose to do that, and there's other apps that might do the same thing, you've got to be able to upload your work here. That is required part of the class. All right, you're not passing this class at all if you do not upload your work. Okay, and that's essential. Right now, so I've put a file here, so now I'm gonna click submit. All right, so you'll notice that now that I've done this, yay, it says I'm done. Okay, great. Now I go back to my module, right? now you can see that Thursday is available, okay, but Friday is still not available. Okay, so Thursday, now I'm gonna go turn in that work too. So I'm gonna just go put in another file here, put the same one in. All right, submit assignment. Yay, I submitted assignment. Great. Okay. Now, that takes me now to Friday where it says go to Progress Learning and do that. Turn in your work below. So the work, again, has to be turned in order for, I'm grading it off of the work paper, okay? So you've got to attach your work for the quiz there to have it graded, okay? Must be done, all right? Now, another thing to notice here is I have gone through the effort and put in a lot of work to have videos explaining things daily. So on Tuesdays and Thursdays, when we don't have live lessons, I have a video explaining the assignment, like what you need to do, what skills you need to do. Okay. And these are just, you click there and there's the link right there. Right. And then after you're done with it, there is also a video explaining or going over the work, kind of like in the brick and mortar school where you would come in the next day and go over homework or something. Except for this is the practice that we're doing in class and we're going over it here. All right. I think that works. All right. Here's what you need to understand. I put it there. You need to use this in the way that you need to use it. I would not recommend that you just watch it and copy it down and say you did it. That's not the best way of doing it. The best way of doing it is do as much as you can. If you get stuck on something, look on here. Then when you're done, turn in your work and check your work with whichever other ones, right? And see if you made any mistakes and fix them. Okay. Use that how you need to make sure that you're ready for the assessments on Friday. Most weeks there's going to be weekly reviews also that are kind of cumulative, go back to things we did earlier in the year. So if you're newer, I actually link those to some videos from earlier in the year that can help you with the skill if you were missing it from your previous school or whatever, or you just forgot, whatever. So those will be on there as well, right? And then finally, you need to go on the grades. When you click on grades, it's going to show you what your grades are for the class right here. And you'll notice I put zeros and ones for when you've turned in work, like on a daily practice thing. 0 is that you didn't turn it in or that you turned in some junk or something else. Or if I put like a 0.5 or a 0.7, that's something like you kind of turned in something, but it wasn't quite the right thing. If I put in 1, that means you were at least on the right track, turned in the right thing. There will be comments on these little clipboard thingies that are beside here. There's not any on here. I put comments on your work. You need to make sure you check those also. And then obviously keep track of your grade down here, major and minor being the ones that are actually the graded ones there. All right, so that's kind of the basics here of the class. Obviously, I also put announcements. Sometimes I'll have optional stuff. If things are optional, I'll put the word optional beside them. Otherwise, you should assume that it is required. Okay, again, the to-do list is deceiving. I would not use that. You need to use the modules view on the left over here to navigate the course, right? And then obviously feel free to reach out to me with anything you need. The Canvas inbox is super important. That's where I send lots of messages, right? Obviously, I'm in student view, so I can't go in there, but that's where I would send you messages and you would ask me things or whatever. That's our primary communication. All right. So let me know if you got any further questions.